and sports medicine provider of the York Revolution. High school basketball plays here on Sports Radio 1350 WYK. First in York, first in sports. Bringing you the best of the York Adams League all season.
Here's Gordon for three. Good from the right wing. Darren Gordon answers with the triple. Long rebound, Wagner. 2-on-1. Wagner takes it himself, lays it in, they count it.
Now, let's head out to the action for the game of the week. Presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine, right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
And good evening, everyone, from Dover Area High School. Welcome to high school basketball, our Friday night game of the week, presented by WellSpan Sports. A big one in Division II as the Eastern Golden Knights visit the Dover Eagles here this evening. Hi again, everybody. Daryl Henry alongside Andy Bria. Welcome to high school basketball here on Sports Radio 1350 and GameTimePA.com with the video feed tonight. And Andy, a big one in Division II. Eastern in the midst of a four-way tie for second. They're trying to keep pace and knock off a Dover team that's perfect in league play this season, and when you look at them at first glance, a very impressive team as a whole.
I'll tell you what, Schmoyer's had some real fine athletes the last couple of years, and they're all underclassmen except for actually one right now, but this is a solid basketball team, and the thing you got to be able to do is throttle them down. John Reichert from Eastern's got his hands full tonight. He's going to have to try to control this tempo. He wants this to be a steamroller game, okay? That's what he wants to do. And it's going to be very difficult to control it's a guard-oriented, but boy, are they good. Davis, Bowman, Dorm, Sutton, they can get up and down the floor with the best of them. This is going to be a track meet.
Yeah, they explosive, and 8-2 is the record for Dover. 4-0 in league play for Eastern. They are 5-5, 3-2 in league play. They've lost 3 in a row, though. 2 of those 3 have come in league play, and again, that four-way tie for second place, which is with Kennerdale, Gettysburg, and West York, but it is a full game and a half behind Dover, who has the first place lead. So the Eagles trying to stay perfect tonight, trying to win at home. Eastern trying to knock them off as they hit the road here in this Friday evening. This is the Vito's pregame show, and coming up, Andy will have our coaches interviews brought to you by Game Time PA. John Reichert, Brian Schmoyer, the head coaches of Eastern and Dover, respectively, joining us next here on our Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Serving York for over 50 years, Vito's Pizza. Check out their daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, 11 till 2. 2 slices of pizza and a small soda, only $3.99, or a small sub for only $4.25. Monday night, 2 large cheese pizzas for only $15.99. Tuesday, a large stromboli and large pitcher of soda, just $11.99. Wednesday, a large cheese pizza and large pitcher of soda, just $11.49. Vito's open till midnight, Monday through Thursday till 1 a.m. Fridays and Saturdays. Dine in at 1734 South Queen Street, York, or get carry-out. Call 843-1143. GameTimePA.com is your home for local high school sports. Log on for all the scores, stats, photos, and more, plus live stream coverage of the area's can't-miss matchups all season long. Stay in the game where you are with the free GameTime PA app. Download it directly to your iPhone or Android and get all the Game Time features you love when you're on the go. Available at the iPhone App Store, Android Market, and, of course, GameTimePA.com.
Since 1964, York Area Sports Night has been an honored tradition, giving local sports fans, young and old, the chance to meet their sports heroes. To shake a hand, get an autograph, snap a photo. Join us on Thursday, February 8th for the 54th Annual York Area Sports Night, held at Heritage Hills Golf Resort and Conference Center with the reception from 4 to 6 p.m. Sponsored by Shipley Energy, Gladfelder Insurance, M&T Bank, S&H Express, McConkey & Company Insurance, the York Revolution, and Sports Radio 1350. Join our great local partners and a host of others with 2018 sponsorships still available. Visit YorkSportsNight.com. Guests at this year's event include College and Pro Football Hall of Famer Dave Robinson, a Penn State Nittany Lions star from the early 60s who went on to win 3 NFL championships and 2 Super Bowl titles with the Redskins and Packers. Get your a portion of proceeds fund Shipley Award scholarships for York area student athletes. Visit YorkSportsNight.com. York Area Sports Night, a York tradition since 1964.
Mornings at 9. Dan Patrick on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Welcome back to our pregame show. Tonight we're at Dover High School for the Dover Eagles and the Eastern York Golden Knights. And with me now is the 13-year head coach, very successful head coach of the Dover Eagles, Brian Schmoyer. Coach, always a pleasure to come up and watch you guys play.
Thank you. Thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it.
All right. No seniors last year. Everybody's back. You got the Davis kid. You got the Bowman kid. You got the Dorn Sutton. Talk a little bit about your guys.
We're excited going in the year. We had all 5 starters back from last year. Plus, we added a little more depth off the bench. We had Alan Hanselwitz, our 6th man. He's back. And then we added the 2 football guys that couldn't play last year with shoulder surgery. And they're back, Chase Heath and Andrew Hoffman. So they're really giving us some depth this year that we didn't have last year.
Right, you only went 6 deep last year and still made the big run. So talk a little bit now about Reichert's coming in here. Team's good Eastern team, always well coached. They're tough they're a tough team. Talk about that challenge.
Yeah, they have 2 very good outside shooters with Seitz and Whistler. They have some bigs that play hard and play aggressive, and they always bring it physically and aggressive and play hard-nosed defense every night. And I really think our section, anybody who you play, it's going to be a battle every night.
All right, Brian, a couple of keys. Your kids got to do well to get out of here with the W.
I think we got a rebound from Saturday's loss against Lampeter. I don't think we came out with much energy and enthusiasm. So I think we have to have a better start to the game tonight. Got to come out with some energy and some enthusiasm, try to get the ball out in the open floor, get some easy buckets, run in transition. And then we got to do a better job of ball pressure, denying wings, and keeping guys out of the paint.
Good luck to you, Brian.
Thank you very much.
We'll be right back with more of our pregame show right after this on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Donegal offers car and homeowners insurance at rates that are very competitive. So competitive that Donegal's car insurance rates are among the lowest in the state. And if you car and home with Donegal, Donegal will take up to an additional 10% off their already low rates. Donegal, a better value. Contact Coatman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Coatman. Coatman Kunkel Insurance.
First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Welcome back to our pregame show. With me now is the head coach of the Golden Knights, and that's John Reichert in his 7th year. Coach, you're coming up here to play Dover. You're always, kids are always well coached. They play hard. Talk a little bit about the challenge of playing Dover on this floor.
It's always tough playing Dover, especially up here. They got everybody returning. Won the section last to a good start this year. They have one of the better players in the league in Davis, so it's going to be it'll be a tough call for us to come up here and walk away with a victory.
Something that I like to talk about all the time might be a little more important tonight. Tempo going to be an issue tonight?
Yeah, we got to slow them down. They're dribble drive, and they want to get up and down the floor. They definitely like to take it to the basket, so we got to keep them out of the paint. And then on the other end, we're going to try to use our size and try to shove it inside a little bit and see if we can get some buckets around the glass. But definitely the tempo. We got to keep them from getting out this big spurt and a lot of big runs with their athleticism and try to keep the game at a good pace that's good for us.
Patient on the offensive end, trying to get the ball inside. It seems to me that post player is a dying breed anymore. With the advent of the 3, just launch the 3. Anybody can get open from 23 feet. Trying to get the ball down low.
Yeah, we've been trying it for a good bit of the season. We're still a work in progress. They don't look when they should, and they throw it when they shouldn't. But we're trying to get it in there. We have a little bit of size that we can use to our advantage, and we're hoping the guards can play a little inside out tonight.
Give me a couple of keys your kids got to do well to walk away with a W, John.
First is the defensive end. As a team, we've got to play better defense. We didn't do such a good job at West York the other night, and it really showed. So I'd say the second thing was to control Davis. And the third team is we got to get a little bit of maturity on our end of the floor.
Good luck to you, Coach.
Thank you very much.
We'll be right back with more of our pregame show right after this on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
When you think of chicken pot pie, it might bring back memories in the kitchen with Grandma.
Grandma, is the pot pie almost ready?
Yes, it is. I'll grab my keys. We're going to Rutter's.
For a limited time, VIPs earn triple rewards on all sizes of delicious chicken pot pie. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
If you're looking for experienced barbers and a relaxing atmosphere, come to Iacono's Hair Studio, 2030 South Queen Street in York. Iacono's is a family-owned business serving the York area since 1972. For high-quality grooming enjoyment and the professionalism of over 75 years combined expert experience, Iacono's is the place for you. For haircuts, for a straight razor shave, for a relaxing grooming experience, for the best of the best in the business, visit or call Iacono's at 854-8258.
Hi, this is Steve Navaroli. Join me Saturday mornings at 9 for Game Day, presented by Neighborhood Sure Save Markets, right here on Sports Radio 1350 WYK. Tune in each week as we break down the latest in high school sports, including Friday night's big games, the week's top performers, and the rest of the sports scene, both locally and nationally. Central PA Game Day, presented by Neighborhood Sure Save Markets, Saturdays at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Your day seems to fly by, but with a great cup of Rutter's coffee, you're on your way to conquering your day. With 6 coffee flavors, including our 4 seriously good new blends, you've got this. And we will give our VIPs triple rewards. Rutter's, why go anywhere else for coffee?
The home for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Back here at Dover Area High School, Eastern at Dover tonight. We are basically in the Dover student section here in the corner.
We won't be long, I can tell you that right now, okay? They start banging on his bench, I'm going to start banging on some heads.
Andy, it is time for our player intros tonight, brought to you by Unique Physique.
All right, for the Eastern York Golden Knights, number 2, he's a 6'1" junior forward. That's Bryce Hennies. Number 4, 5'10" sophomore guard. That's Trevor Seitz. A 6'4" forward, number 14, DeMonte Martin. A 6'4" junior forward, number 24, Nolan Reichert. And number 32 at 5'10", he's a sophomore guard, Dustin Cunningham. For the Dover Eagles, coached by Brian Schmoyer in his 13th year, they're do-all-everything, a 6'1" junior guard, number 4, Keith Davis. A 5'9" junior guard, Victor Dorn, number 11. At number 12, Brady Bowman, he's a 6-foot senior guard. At 6'4" junior forward, Elijah Sutton, number 22, and number 23, Wayne Hilbert, and a forward, a 6'4" sophomore.
All right, Andy, thanks a lot. Those are our player intros brought to you by Unique Physique. That'll wrap up our Vito's pregame show tonight. We'll take a timeout, and we'll have the opening tip brought to you by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Up next, as Eastern visits Dover, here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Get your team parties started with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save markets. Pick up party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. Get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet rising crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York, and at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
The York College Spartans play here. Catch York College basketball all season on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. Your home for York's home teams.
And a block by Jason Beatty. Big block. Wagner a big board. He puts it back in. Jared Wagner once again going up against the trees.
The spot for the Spartans. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Local sports on WOYK are brought to you by Maple Donuts, a family tradition since 1946.
Hi, I'm Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers.
Rebound tip, and Embiid gets it back and dunks it.
York's home for Sixers basketball.
Embiid and a right-hand jam with Flair and a flurry. Sergio to Joel Embiid. Go, 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 go. Rodriguez Rodriguez back to Joe. He'll beat for the three. He got it. He nailed the triple. Joel Embiid from outside the arc.
Catch Sixers basketball all season on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
Hey, this is Andy Shea with the Keystone Sports Network. For the best Penn State football analysis and commentary, listen to Sports Radio 1350 for the Keystone Kickoff Show every Monday, Thursday, and Friday at 6 p.m. and Saturdays at 8 a.m. We'll bring you game reviews, player evaluations, and recruiting news. So for the best in Penn State talk, tune to Sports Radio 1350 WOYK for the Keystone Kickoff Show, brought to you locally by your neighborhood SureSave markets.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
National anthem complete, and as the starters have been introduced in front of what's become a pretty packed house here at Dover Area High School tonight. Daryl Henry along with Andy Bria. Our game of the week presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Our WellSpan tip-off coming up to get our first half underway, which is brought to you on this Friday night by Maple Donuts. Andy, a couple of keys you're looking for after scouting this game and talking to the coaches?
Well, like I said to John, he needs to slow this down. If he lets go run, this one's over early. I hate to say that, but this is a really high-flying. I mean, you won't see a lot of dunks in this like Northeastern, but these kids can get up and down the floor. And Davis has got to be one of the top guards in the league. And we've seen a couple of really good ones in Rizzuto and Mulba and them. So, but you're about to see one of the best right here.
And Davis took the opening tip. Martin spiked it to the floor for Eastern as they have the opening possession in front of us here in the corner. Foul line jump. Go for Riekert, and Ryan Hilbert holds him off for the rebound. So Dover the other way to the opposite end, away from us, and moving in is Sutton. Pull up foul line, back rim and off. Rebound to Martin, and try to go to the outlet by the table, and behind Trevor Seitz, out of bounds. It's an Eastern turnover.
Both teams coming out man to man, so we're going to, we're not going to see a lot of zone here. And I get the student section right in my ear, which I'm going to love.
You're part of it, Andy.
I know I am part of it.
It's like college game day.
Absolutely.
Just missing the signs. Here's Sutton up top. It's a three. Back rim, a high rebound. Martin yanks it down.
And that's another thing Eastern wants to do, control the backboard right here.
And here is Bryce Hanise, and he had it blocked inside, loose and dug out of the lane. Eastern still with it. Hanise with it now, high post. He'll look, and high-low down to Martin, up off the glass, wouldn't go. Rebound to Dover, Brady Bowman with it, and now Dorm snaps it down the floor. Sutton penetrates, and one of the Knights got a piece of that.
Right, pinned on the glass.
It was Riekert, but Martin also there to help. And now here is Hanise with it for Eastern, top of the arc. Knights are in their navy on the road, Dover in the home white, with some black and gray accenting. And left side Seitz a three, short, off the front of the rim, rebound to Dorm of Dover.
I'm not sure that's the shot they want, that outside three. They got down low.
Dorm left side for Bowman, swung at baseline, a jumper, Hilbert misfired. Eastern with it, scoreless over a minute and a half in. Knights up the floor quickly. Here's Martin, a power dribble low, pivots back, and the shot bounced off to the left of the rim, and a foul going for the rebound.
Wow, we're going to get a little chippy early here between Sutton and who was that? Who's number two?
Well, Hanise, but Martin whistled for that foul. There was a brief chippy episode in the JV game as well, which quickly was extinguished. Dover with it, and Dorm at the handle. He averages 11 per game. Left side, it's a three, and Davis can't get it to go. Rebound, though, to Hilbert on the opposite side of the floor. Now Dorm out front it goes for Bowman. Bowman slashes to the left hand and couldn't finish.
Somebody needs to take the lid off of it.
Tipped out long though, Sutton to Hilbert, and his jumper off from the right side, and a foul on Dover on Bowman. Going for the rebound, or was it on Eastern? It was. Right. It will stay with Dover.
Right now, everybody seems to be rushing it. It's just, offensively, that's what they're doing. Want to make it difficult.
A big foul was DeMonte Martin's second. So Bowman, who was in pursuit of that board, he will be shooting. It was called in the act as he was going back up. The lefty's first free throw, that's off the rim. And there might be a lid on these baskets here early. No score, 2 minutes and 12 seconds in. And Bowman with one more, and that's good. And break out the balloons, there's a point.
There we go.
1-0 Dover. Now Eastern with it in front of us, and a travel called. Pivoting on the left wing was Stephen Whistler, who seemingly nonchalantly just had it, taking a look.
Not what I expected early. Darryl,
Here's a drive left side. Davis can't finish. And Eastern back toward us with Seitz circling his way through. He's got Hanise up top. Davis trying to tie him up. Davis looking for the steal, laid out. Hanise recovers. His pass batted. He tips it to Cunningham. And Cunningham with a three. He was behind the arc in the left corner. And Eastern on the board.
Wow.
3-1, they lead it here early. And here's Davis looking to answer a floater in the lane off the dribble. No good.
And I tell you what, he's got that nice little pull up there.
Cunningham down low and a layup. Good for Nolan Riekert. And Eastern with a 5-1 lead.
Wow, if you'd have told me this was the way this game was going to start, no way. No way would I have said that.
Now Bowman into traffic, and he's called for a charge. Eastern will get it back.
This game right now just not setting up well for Dover. It's real early, but Dover just not seem to be a little out of sync.
Dover, a team that scores 63 per game. Tops in Division II. Only 1 point, the first three, and change. Davis went for a steal. He does punch it to Hilbert. Steal complete, and Bowman brings it up, turns in from the left, whips it off, down the lane. Sutton rejected. Riekert was there, manning the middle. It's grabbed by Hilbert, and out to Bowman, right corner. He passed on the and they'll run some offense. Now it's Dorm with it up top, shoveled it to Bowman. Right side lines up a three, airballed it long, and Trevor Seitz collects it.
No.
Now tosses it down the floor. Whistler with it. Right corner three, and that's good. Whistler knocks it down. Dover wants time. It's an 8-1 Eastern lead on the road.
Schmoyer wants it. He just he doesn't like the energy right now, and his kids, they're just not running, what they need to run. So Dover on the bottom half of this one. I didn't see this early.
30-second timeout. We'll stay here. It's brought to you by Hunters Hill Orthodontics. And Whistler, who came in for DeMonte Martin, who had to go out with 2 early fouls, and he cashes in a big three.
Davis is kind of forcing it, and he's not been that way. The last couple of years I've seen him, he's a real smooth player. He'll get it going. Right now, Eastern playing well on the road.
Davis, all eyes off and on him. He's averaging 19.6 coming in. He'll bring it up, playing on the ball here, handling it. Left side, Dorm for three, short, and the rebound in the lane. Sutton pivots, puts it up, off the glass, got it again, and it's in, and a foul called. He muscles it back in. The third effort for the Eagles, the second for Sutton goes, and they needed that. It's 8-3.
Yeah, they needed Sutton working on the glass that time on the offensive glass. Working real hard down there. Made sure he needed to dribble or reestablish position.
Free throw for Sutton is good. 3-point play. And he averages 17.7. So what a 1-2 punch.
Yeah. Sutton can get it done inside. They just bring in number 44, Chase Heath. That's a big man right there.
He sure is. 6'3" and girth.
Yes.
And he'll guard down low. Here's a power move, and Heath knocks it away. A block on Brady Bixler, who's got some size himself. We saw him play in the JV game at 6'4", and getting some varsity time, too. He had a warm-up earlier.
I'll tell you, that's 2 doorways out there.
Inbound underneath, Whistler scores and a foul called. So Eastern answers back, and Whistler will look to make it a 3-point play, and they lead 10-4. A great start for Eastern tonight.
You know, if you're John Reichert, he had said to me a little bit before the interview that they wanted to, get out quickly, try to establish themselves, and they did just that.
Free throw is good, so Whistler with a long ball and an old 3. Here's Davis driving, and no whistle. He hit the glass, rebounded by Eastern. Here comes Cunningham, and Davis intercepts the pass, and a foul called. He was pushed from behind. He flew right into the passing lane, and what reflexes to hang on to it was right in front of him, and it stuck in his fingertips.
You don't see speed like that all the time. The kid's quick as a cat.
And run into from behind by Dustin Cunningham, who picks up his first, Eastern's fourth. Dover sets up. Here's Sutton with it. High left post. Handoff Davis. A 3. Rattled out. And the rebound to Brady Bixler. Tosses it ahead for Cunningham. And Eastern back on offense. Up 10-4. Here's the big man Bixler. He caught it. Dribbled off his foot. Dorm scoops it up. And driving in. Missed the layup. It rolled off on the fast break. And Hanise gobbles it up.
They can't buy a basket right now, Dover.
Now down low. Bixler ran into Heath. Lost it out of bounds. And Bixler down stunned for a moment. Slow to get up. Davis's shoe came off. He'll be helped up by Dorm. Big collision underneath. Everybody seems to be fine. It goes back to Dover. Eastern an 11-4 lead here.
That's a lot of bodies on the floor.
A good look from Whistler, who threw a bounce on the money to Bixler, leading him down the lane, but right into his big man counterpart. Dave App, their assistant AD and athletic trainer, mops up the sweat here at Dover. Eagles with it, and Sutton backing in on the left block. Can't get it to go. Bixler the board.
Eastern with great post defense down there.
Now stretch pass ahead to the trailer. Left wing 3, no good. That was missed by Cade Wiley, who just came on. Dover back with it. Still down 11-4, 2:20 left in the first. And Davis off to Bowman out front. Bowman on Hanise, gave it up to Dorm, starting into the lane, pivot, shoots, and rattles it in. It's 11-6.
Dorm's first point of the night, but that's what they got to do. Get that ball, work for that short 8-footer.
Dorm comes in 11 per game as the scoring point guard. Now Eastern with it. Hanise down low to Bixler, right block. Dorm reaching the double and knocked it loose. Here goes Davis, and he lays it in, lands hard, and they will stop play. And athletic trainer Dave App sprinting to the other end. He's down, writhing in pain. Looked like he was trying to go for a jam. He got clipped midair. He laid it in, but right on his left side, right on his left arm, and hopefully Dover's standout guard will be able to get up from that. An 11-8 game with 1:45 left here in the opening quarter.
I'd like to be able to tell you what's happening, but I can't say a thing.
Now the student section is poured out in front of us. And a hush over this packed house here, but he is up to his feet, fortunately. And he'll make his way back to the Dover bench, and I think he wants to stay in.
He does. Oh, he's an athlete, but he's got to come out.
A little bit gimpy coming off.
Well, he got hammered. I mean, that's one of them hard fouls. Schmoyer a little upset.
Yeah, he earned those two.
Yeah, he did.
Now 11-8, Dover with back-to-back scores, and 1:40 left in the quarter. Left corner, it's Whistler with the ball, and fired it out front behind Riekert, who recovers just shy of half court. Now they've got Whistler again, a left corner three, back rimmed it, and Sutton yanks it down.
And that's what they need now. They need some rebounds to get this running game going.
Sutton gives it up, left side, now back to Dorm, left wing. He'll launch a three, front rim. Rebound to Bowman in the lane. He's in the midst of three goals and a foul whistled as he was looking for room to go up. That'll be the fifth on Eastern.
Yeah, this is going to be a long half, guy. Settle in. This is going to get ugly.
Well, we came on a bit early tonight. The JV game was done so quickly. We'll make up for lost time here. And Dover will inbound underneath. Davis back in, by the way. They try to go long to him out front, and he's called for a foul. Trevor Seitz intercepted it, and Davis fouled him from behind.
So that's three on Dover, first on Davis.
And he was out maybe one possession and right back in, or one sequence between the two teams and back in. Now Eastern with it, coming down on a minute left here in the opening quarter. They're up 11-8 here at Dover tonight. And a jump pass toward the right corner, out of bounds, trying to lead Seitz, led him too far into the Dover bench and tipped out.
And this is what Eastern can't do at this point in the game. Can't give up possessions. You've got to make every possession count against this Dover bunch.
Now under a minute to go. Davis will handle it. Hands off to Bowman. And Bowman off now to the big man Heath on the left wing. Back to Davis, a three. Rim glass and rebounded by YAIAA. And now tossed ahead. Running the floor. Riekert tried to save it in. He did. But right to Alan Hansel of Dover. And the Eagles with numbers. Here's Dorm on a handoff. A three and good. Tied at 11 as number 11 hits the floor on the finish. 23 seconds left in the quarter. Dorm with 5 for Dover. And Eastern might go for the last shot. 15 seconds left. And here's Riekert with it left wing. Top of the arc for Cunningham. Hands it off for Seitz. Motions for someone out high. And it dribbles to his right. Can't shake Davis. And he's called for a travel.
Yeah.
Trying to drive in and kick out. He skidded the feet with 2.7 left.
Too much dribbling against this Dover team. They're just too quick of foot.
And Bowman from his own end. Eastern will man up full court into Dorm. Handed back to Bowman. He'll let it fly from half court and it hit the rim. It looked good when it left his hand, and Dover ends the quarter on a 7-0 run to tie it. Tied at 11 at the end of one here tonight. Second quarter next in our Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Eastern at Dover, tied at 11.
Serving York for over 50 years. Vito's Pizza. Check out their daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, 11 till 2. 2 slices of pizza and a small soda, only $3.99, or a small sub for only $4.25. Monday night, 2 large cheese pizzas for only $15.99. Tuesday, a large stromboli and large pitcher of soda, just $11.99. Wednesday, a large cheese pizza and large pitcher of soda, just $11.49. Vito's open till midnight, Monday through Thursday till 1 a.m., Fridays and Saturdays. Dine in at 1734 South Queen Street, York, or get carry-out. Call 843-1143.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Tied at 11 at the end of one with Eastern at Dover tonight. And Andy, it really took Dover a while to get started, but a 7-0 run to draw even.
You know, and that's what's going to happen. I mean, the cream will rise to the top eventually. But the lid was on the basket for Dover early. They haven't. I don't think they have but 1 3. Actually, 2 threes. Excuse me, they have 1 3 in that quarter, and I mean they're probably one for 6 right now, 1 for 7 in that first quarter. Once they start falling, watch out.
Yeah, it was an ice-cold start, but they will start over. Tied at 11, they have the ball to begin the second, down away from us, far corner. We are here in the corner on the floor. Here's a three. Davis off the dribble. It's good. On the right wing, and Davis gives Dover the lead.
And if he gets that one going, you know.
Little step back. Here's Whistler. Right-hand hook inside. Rattled out. Rebounded to Sutton.
And that's why I think Eastern every time down the floor. Put the ball on the low post.
Here's Dorm now. Head fake for three. Starts in. Gave it up. Takes the return feed. Now goes to Sutton. Sutton driving the left edge. Spins in and puts it up and in. Elijah Sutton with 5. It's a 5-point lead.
That's some serious footwork from the big man right there. Little 180-degree turn.
Yeah, he's a handful.
Yes, he is.
6'4" and athletic. Here's a back cut, and a reverse from Seitz was short. And the rebound to Ryan Hilbert, who wanted a whistle, but he got the rebound for Dover. They've got it with a 5-point lead. Sutton pull up foul line, and good.
He's unconscious right now. The Elijah Sutton show.
And Eastern needs time. It'll be brought to you by Hunters Hill Orthodontics, 18-11. Dover with the lead. It is now a 14-0 run. 7-0 to begin the second. 6:40 to go in the second here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
GameTimePA.com is your home for local high school sports. Log on for all the scores, stats, photos, and more, plus live stream coverage of the area's can't-miss matchups all season long. Stay in the game no matter where you are with the free Game Time PA app. Download it directly to your iPhone or Android and get all the Game Time features you love when you're on the go. Available at the iPhone App Store, Android Market, and, of course, GameTimePA.com.
6:40 to go, second quarter, 18-11. Dover with the lead. They've picked up right where they left off.
And the lid came off. Now they're getting good looks at the basket. Still, the looks they had in the first quarter, but now the shots are dropping.
Now Eastern with it. Back cut Seitz. Got deep and tried to save it in right off the hands of Sutton and then back off the hands of Seitz, who was stepped out of bounds. Dover ball.
Right now the pace favors Dover. They got it going up and down the floor a little bit quicker than they had it in the first.
And the Eagles up 18-11. With it, here's Sutton, top of the arc, launches, and the three wouldn't go. Riekert in there to grab the board. Up ahead at midcourt, Wiley will push it and goes for the layup, and it wouldn't go. Back on the play was Davis to alter it, and here goes Bowman looking to counter. Hits the brakes deep, flung it back to Dorm. A three ball rattled out, and the rebound to Hilbert down low. Across the lane for Sutton, floats it to the opposite wing, Dorm. Shoveled it left baseline, Hilbert airball to jumper short. Eastern with it.
Not a good possession that time for Dover.
Now leading Whistler inside. He misses a leaner, and he's down, banged up. Dover looks to run. Dorm with it, striding into the lane. A foul whistled. His runner up off the rim. Whistler eventually to his feet, heading back down court. And Victor Dorm to the line for two shots.
This pace right now all favors Dover right now.
That one on Seitz, his first. Dorm's free throw is good. Gives him 6. 19-11. And the run just continues. Now 15-0. Bryce Hanise back in for Eastern.
They're not going to be able to play this as a 5-out motion. They got to get the ball down low. He missed the second one.
And here comes Whistler with it for Eastern to the left corner for Cunningham. Trying to go down low to Hanise. Davis right there nearly stole it. Hanise wrestled it back and now called for a travel, pivoting in the midst of all kinds of trouble inside.
Just too much defense that time.
Dover ball. Dorm a look over at Brian Schmoyer as he marches it up, and he'll call it out. He sets up left side, now to the top for Davis, flashing. Davis a inch to the left, dished it back to Dorm, dribbled right, tossed it to the right, Hilbert. Now Bowman to Dorm at the top, right side Sutton, he'll fake, throws it across the lane to Hilbert, back to Sutton, foul line, and hitting it, Hilbert in the back cut, had to save it in then, and could not, attempted to, but stepped out as he punched it back.
Could not complete the pass on the nice back cut though on the overplay by Eastern. Eastern needs a basket. They have not scored since about 2 minutes left to go in the first quarter.
Oof. That'll be about a 5-minute scoreless drought right now. And it is a 15-0 run still. Here's Whistler trying to end it. He'll get to the line. Whistler asserting himself off the right side and got it to the backboard, drawing the contact on Bowman, his second. Whistler, who came off the bench tonight, he was their most experienced returner from last year. Really hurt hard by graduation. His first is off the mark. And one missing piece has been DeMonte Martin. 2 early fouls. He now comes back in with 4:35 left in the half. A couple of changes for Dover's floor lineup as well. One more, and Whistler got the bounce. It's good, and it ends the 15-0 run and the famine.
And now here comes a 2-2-1 zone trap by Eastern.
Dorm checking it out. He'll slip through the middle. Left side to Sutton, a 3, no good. And the rebound to Hanise. Outlets it ahead, Cunningham. And he has Hanise up top. Fired it into Martin and missed the catch. It hit him in the chin. Here goes Davis, and he flies for a layup. Keith Davis soaring on the fast break. Now Dorm flies ahead, intercepted one court to Sutton down the lane, spinning, faking, draws the foul. 21-12 Dover, and Elijah Sutton back to the line for 2 more.
And that's what happens. They just jump you on that full court, that pass going out. You go to sleep just trying to get the ball in bounds. They're just too quick with their hands.
And worse yet for Eastern, that's the 3rd foul on Martin. Free throw for Sutton is good. He's got 8.
Well, you bring him back in with 2. You know, with 5 minutes left in the second quarter. In this game, you almost guarantee he's going to pick up his 3rd foul.
And second one straight in. A 23-12 lead. And now a 19-1 run. Here's a miss from Whistler inside, and Hanise couldn't get the putback to drop. Sutton the board, he'll bring it up himself. A lot of guys can handle it for Dover. He spins in, had it blocked by Hanise. A late whistle though, and a foul will put Sutton back for 2 more free throws.
Sutton 3 for 3 right now, and he gets 2 more free ones here.
That's Nolan Riekerd's second. This Eastern team just played on Wednesday, lost at West York. They'll play tomorrow against Lancaster Catholic, as Sutton's first is good.
Gets no easier.
Dover hasn't played since Saturday, and they suffered their 2nd loss, non-league, against Lampeter Strasburg.
Sutton just missed his first free throw.
A 24-12 lead, and Davis jumped the entry pass, intercepts it, there he goes, layup, got it. And he is so quick.
7 points this quarter, 1 3, 2 deuces.
Had to go almost the length of the floor there. Here's Whistler inside, won't go in traffic. And poked out to Cunningham. Now to Hanise, right 3, it's good. Stops the bleeding, 26-15.
But that's only 4 points in this quarter. We got 3:12 left.
Here's Davis driving dish off to Andrew Hoffman, who's in. And now back to Sutton above the arc. Dover will run some offense up, not long. Sutton feeling it, hits another 3. Top of the arc, he's got 13 in this first half.
He's got 10 in this quarter, so, I mean, he's unconscious right now.
29-15. Here's a dish on a cut down the lane, and Whistler to the line. Riekerd set him up from the high post area. Whistler checks his arm, got a scrape across the forearm as he went up. Andrew Hoffman with his first foul.
Whistler, a nice player. He can get it done.
First free throw, front rimmed it.
He's able to get to the basket. He can shoot the outside jumper.
Now Riekerd out. Caleb Corwell is in, sophomore guard. And second for Whistler, rattles in and out. Rebound to Hoffman.
Missed them both.
Here comes Dover. Davis trying to attack. Steps back for 3 and good. Oh, man. He banged right into a wall of defenders, took it, stepped down, and hit a 3 instead. 32-15. Now a whistle at the other end. And Hanise is called for a push-off at the other end, trying to get open offensively.
Yeah, it's getting real chippy now.
Keith Davis now with 12, and He has 10 in this quarter. He had that injury scare a few minutes back, landed really hard on his left side going for a layup, but he has not been slowed down.
This freight train has run away now. Dover is just cruising.
Yeah, here's Hoffman, left baseline, back to Dorm at the top. Left side Sutton, off to Davis, in rhythm, a three, no good. On the cut to the wing, rebound to Corwell, and ahead Seitz gave up the shot, and it hits Wiley, slashing left baseline, it was short, and he heard footsteps. Here's Sutton, a pull-up transition jumper, mid-range, he's got 15, and it's 34-15, Dover.
Need many big men. The man was standing there ready to take the charge, and he just pulled up from 6. That's awesome for a big man.
1:45 left in the half. And Dover, a serious run. Here's a three banked in by Bryce Hanise out front. He's hit 2 of them. A bright spot this quarter.
Banks open.
34-18. Here's a 3 left side for Alan Hansel off the iron. And the rebounding of Eastern. Pass a little bit behind Wiley, but he got a hand on it. Now out front as they get into their set. And a handoff to Seitz, cranks up a triple, back rimmed it, and Sutton skies in to collect it. 1:10 left. As Sutton brings it up, has Dorm. And now to Davis, another one out deep and good again. All net for Keith Davis from the left wing. Red hot, 37-18.
13 in this quarter for Davis. That's just sheer talent there. Step back 3, nothing but net.
45 seconds left. And Eastern with the ball. Here is Seitz out top. Into the post, Hanise, and backing down Dorm, who fell back. Hanise puts it up, it bounced out. Rebound tip to Hoffman. Dover ball with 30 seconds left.
I believe Schmoyer wants one here.
Run it down to 23-22. Dorm backs it onto the logo at midcourt with a 19-point lead. And Dorm will angle it over toward the left sideline, now back toward the middle. 8 seconds left. Cunningham out, giving him a little room. Dorm starts to the right, kicked it. Now back up top. Sutton a 3 off the rim, and the rebound to Corwell as the halftime horn sounds. 37-18 Dover. They dominate the end of the first and all of the second and lead it big as we go to the half. York Mitsubishi halftime show coming up here on our Game of the Week, presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine.
White Barbershop has 2 barbers with over 75 years of combined expert experience. White Barbershop has 2 licensed barbers who have done hair replacement demonstrations all over the country. There's only one answer, and that's Iacono's. Located at 2030 South Queen Street in York, this family-owned business has been serving York since 1972. For hair replacements, for chemo and fashion wigs for men and women, for a relaxing grooming experience, and for the best in the business, visit or call Iacono's at 854-8258.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Local sports on WOYK are brought to you by Maple Donuts, York's great-tasting family tradition.
Hunters Hill Orthodontics is a longtime staple in the orthodontic care community. With offices in York and Dillsburg, our practice's top priority is to provide you with the highest quality orthodontic care in a friendly, comfortable environment. Call our York offices, 1910 Kenneth Road, at 767-6694 to make or at 1399 South Queen Street, 885-5468. Or in Dillsburg, call 502-1186. We've got your smile at Hunters Hill Orthodontics.
Get your team parties started with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood SureSave markets. Pick up party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. Get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York, and at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350, WOYK.
Back here at halftime from Dover, our York Mitsubishi halftime show. The Little Cheerleaders performing here at the half at Dover, and the Eagles lead Eastern 37-18. And Andy, at one point you called it the freight train. It was running for sure.
And it, it was a slow start for Dover. Eastern came out and really played with a lot of energy and made some shots. Got a quick lead, but Dover's just, it's too much of the same thing all the time. I mean, fast hands, and when you got guys that can go to the basket like that, then you got a big man in the middle, that can play down low and do the things he can do. You go inside, outside, it makes it really, really difficult to defend, and they just exploded in the second quarter. I mean, they scored 26 points in the second quarter.
Yeah, they could not hit early, and then they could not miss. And they went on a 33-7 run to end the half, going up 37-18.
And that might be as many threes I've seen Davis miss in 2 years that I've come up here and watched him play. I mean, he's just, not one of his better shooting nights yet. He's got double digits already.
After he crashed to the floor, then it's like he got put back into place and
absolutely
started hitting again. Well, 37-18 Dover lead. We'll take a quick break here in the York Mitsubishi halftime show. Check out the halftime stats coming up here in our Game of the Week presented by Wellspan Sports Medicine.
It's time again for York Mitsubishi's year-end clearance sale on all remaining 2017 Outlanders, Outlander Sports, and Lancers. Save up to $4,500 or get 0% financing while they last and get top dollar for your trade. And as always, every new Mitsubishi gets our industry-leading 10-year 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So stop by York Mitsubishi during our end-of-year clearance sale and see what we can do for you. Just off Route 30 on Roosevelt Avenue, York, where Mitsubishis always cost less.
With spring sports on the horizon, the off-season is a crucial time to work on the skills to improve your athletic ability. Whether you play lacrosse, baseball, softball, or do track and field, learn how to run, change direction, get stronger, faster, and gain confidence with Unique Physique's John Kirchner. John has a master's in exercise science and performance enhancement and is the trainer you and your team need. John guarantees that he'll increase strength and quickness for you and your team's spring sport. For more info or to sign up, visit Unique Physique in East York or call John at 873-0234.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
York Mitsubishi halftime show continues. Dover up 37-18 on Eastern here at the half. Andy, we take a look at some of our halftime leaders for both teams here tonight.
Well, we'll start with Eastern. Not a lot of points here. Bryce Hensey, he has 2 threes in the second quarter. Nolan Reichert, one deuce early. He has 2 points. Steven Whistler, he had a pretty nice half. He has 1 short field goal, 1 long, only 2 for 5 from the line. He leads all Eastern scorers with 7. And Dustin Cunningham early buried a 3. They scored 11 in the first quarter and 7 in that second quarter for 18. On the Dover side of the slate, Keith Davis started slow. He had 2 in the first quarter, 13 in the second quarter for 15 points. He had 3 threes in that quarter. Victor Dorm, 1 or 2 from the line, 1 long field goal, 1 short. He has 6. Brady Bowman, which I find unusual, he was 1 for 2 from the line with only 1 point in that first half. And Elijah Sutton working hard, 4 short field goals, 1 3, 4 or 5 for 15 points. 26 in the second quarter, 11 in the first. Yeah, that's impressive. I mean, to be able to turn it around that quickly is just amazing.
Well, it is adding up to a 37-18 lead for Dover against Eastern here at the half. This is the York Mitsubishi halftime show. We'll get Andy's thoughts on our coach's pep talk coming up in just a moment.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Snow fun for everyone. Snow tubing, ice skating, and more at Avalanche Snow Tubing at Heritage Hills, now open for the season. Family and individual season passes are on sale now and include unlimited tubing and skating, free mini golf, and a value savings card. Day passes, combo passes, and overnight packages are also available. Perfect for a birthday party and social groups. For hours and pricing, visit avalancheexpress.com. That's avalancheexpress.com.
Your county, your teams. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Back here at Dover, the Eagles 37, the Golden Knights 18. Andy and I would be happy if tomorrow's NFL score would start with Eagles 37, somebody else 18. But
I'd take it.
See how that goes. But Andy, inside these locker rooms tonight, time for our coach's pep talk, brought to you by Wecker's Carpet. I'll let you decide who you want to start with. It's
because there's where all the need is. I mean, he doesn't match up well right now, okay, and that's a problem. When that happens, you got to try to figure out the defensive pressure, the ball pressure from Dover is just killing any kind of rhythm that Eastern's trying to get offensively. They tried to go inside, they couldn't get it done. They put the big man on the floor, they couldn't get it done inside. They're too athletic. So I'm thinking he can't press him, so I think he maybe get some screens going on, get a little more movement on the offensive end, spread them out, try to get some one-on-one, come off a screen, maybe getting somebody with a short jumper. If I'm Dover, all I did when I'm in there with Schmoyer, been there too, is tell him I just need that same intensity coming out in the second half. We got the big lead. We do not have to force it. Maybe a little bit of patience if we get slowed down. If we can get out and run, go and score. But if you don't pull it out, let's work that half-court offense for a good shot. And that's all really you can do at this point. Eastern right now just got to find a way to get the ball in the basket.
Up Dover, up 37-18. Have Jim Harden back at the station tonight. Andy Bria with me. Daryl Henry here from Dover. I thank a few of our other high school sports sponsors as well. American Legion Post 143. Shiloh American Legion Post 791. Richard J. Gross Post 8896 VFW. South End Democratic Club and Prince Athletic Association. And Dover will make their way out here in their home court, looking to go to 9-2 tonight, 5-0 in the league. Last year they were 10-2 in the league division champs, and they had no seniors on that team. Everybody back, plus a bolstered unit with a couple of guys this year who were injured.
Football players that were injured, that's tough. They got a good football program up here. They got a couple athletes I have not seen, and we did them a couple times last year.
Now Eastern will start the second half with it, going away from us as we sit here in the corner of Dover's gym. And Riekert to the right corner for Whistler, who starts the half. Martin not in with the 3 fouls. Riekert turnaround right post, no good. And the rebound to Eastern. It was Seitz in there, and a pass into the middle off a hand. Dorm with it. Springs Sutton on the break. Layup partially blocked by Riekert and gobbled up by Caleb Corwell, who starts the half. And it's sent down court. Whistler leaking back, and he lays it in on the fast break.
And rebounding gets you that fast break right there. Good job that time by the Golden Knights.
Now Eastern strikes first. Here's a pull-up. Bowman short from the free throw line off a Davis screen.
He is not having a good night. He's got 1 point in this game, and this kid is a player.
Eastern with the ball. Another though errant, intercepted by Sutton at the top of the arc, brings it up, and he got fouled on the jumper. at the free throw line, nobody in front of him, so he elected to take the shot and got fouled from behind.
They bailed him out there. It's just, that's what I was talking about. If you don't get the fast break, set your offense up, run a couple passes, reverse the ball a couple times, and get an easy one.
That's Riekerd's third. Sutton's free throw is up and good. Riekerd out, and here comes Martin, who did not start the half due to his own 3 fouls. Sutton's second rattles through, and it's 39-20 Dover.
This could be ugly. Martin's not had a real good attitude in this game so far.
Now he'll catch one post, sends it up top. Corwell with it. Caleb Corwell left side now to Whistler. Top of the arc, Seitz off a screen for 3 and good. Catch and shoot, and Seitz buries it.
All of a sudden they're starting this half just like they started the first half. 5 quick points.
And now Davis dribbles off his foot on the right wing, and it rolls into the Dover bench, a turnover. 39-23 Dover.
And Schmoyer does not like what he's seeing right now in the first couple of minutes. Not the way you want to come out if you're Dover.
Pass a little bit behind Whistler, but he recovers up top. Right side Seitz, a touch pass into Martin. Right block, can't get away from Hilbert. And back outside for Cunningham. Whipped it into the middle for Seitz, who had a tip going up. Tried to scramble to scoop it back off the floor, and Sutton takes it away.
Sutton looking like a guard here.
And here he comes. He's got Davis left side, a 3 and good. Keith Davis back in rhythm. It's 42-23.
And that'll get you going quickly.
And now Martin to catch on the low block. Hilbert with an arm against him from behind. Foul on Dover.
On the floor. Martin's a real physical player inside for them, and I mean, they need his presence on the floor. He picks up 4 here. That could spell real problems.
He's got it here, left block, and he'll whip it out front. Whistler deep, 3-ball, wow. Good. He drains it in from distance.
He's got 5 in this quarter.
42-26. Here's Davis slashing in, kicked it to Hilbert. And he gave it up to Dorm, now to the left side, a 3, Davis hits another one, and a foul on the closeout. A chance at a 4-point play, and Keith Davis doing his thing here tonight.
And if you're Easton, you're saying, we're not sure what we can do, because there was a hand in his face when he let it go, and he makes the free throw.
He's just that good. He's got 22. And that foul on Whistler is his first. 46-26. Eastern with it, a 3 Cunningham. That's short left side. And Sutton in there to grab it.
Sutton must be double digits. I know he's got a double-double at least that now.
Now Corwell poked one away, dove into the backcourt to complete a steal and had it stolen back by Dorm. Here's Bowman, down low, contact and one. Bowman banks it in, Andy.
And that's what Bowman can do for you, and that's what he's not been able to do the whole game. I mean, I've watched this kid for a couple of years now too. This is a serious basketball player. Not afraid to back off the physicality of the game. Give you all the shots. And that was a nice move right there.
A 4-year starter here at Dover. Took a pretty good check there as he finished it. His free throw stays in. It rattles through. And it's 49-26.
Dover in full control right now. They're on cruise control.
Our first look at them this season. Impressive. And a pass cross court. Hilbert read it, intercepts it, tipped it along to Davis, ahead to Bowman, running the break, layup, and one again. Another and one play, and Bowman, who was held under wraps in the first half, breaking out here in the third.
And that's the thing to Davis. Davis looking at the floor, keeping the ball on the right side, had Bowman down the left side, gave him the nice bounce pass, and he makes the layup and gets hammered.
51-26. And the lefties free throw back rim this time. Cunningham's got it. No, Eastern back the other way. Under 5 to go in the third. And a bounce right side to Carter Hinkle, who just came in. First time tonight. Now Corwell with it right wing. Throws it into the low post. Here's Martin trying to shake loose of Hilbert. And the arm goes up. Some contact between the two. Hilbert whistled his second. Dover fans thought that the opposite party initiated it. Hilbert pointing up, suggesting he got hit in the mouth.
And I guess we're going to send the mountain in. This is a big man coming in for Dover, number 44, Chasey.
And they're going to check Hilbert to see if he's got some blood.
I hope that young man plays football.
Yeah.
You know?
Who, Heath?
Yeah.
He does.
Okay.
And here is Eastern. He was one of the ones that had to miss some time last year due to football injury. And here's Corwell trying to shoulder into Heath. Ball knocked loose momentarily, then a foul. And it's on Corwell trying to get it back. So he tried to go into Heath, who just wasn't going very far.
I've had a better chance of backing into this block wall.
He's a tough man to budge.
Yeah.
Corwell called for the, I guess, more of a loose ball foul after possession was given up. Here's Bowman pulling up in the lane and strokes two more.
I told you this Bowman kid can play.
7 for him in the third, 8 total. 53-26. Here's a 3 right side, short from Hinkle. And Bowman right there for the board. And he'll bounce it ahead. Sutton, left side hesitation drive. Right hand reverse finish. That was pretty. And Dover clicking on all cylinders.
Going baseline drive, using the basket to protect from the block. Nice job.
19 for him. Now ball knocked loose from Hinkle at half court. Bowman trying to complete the steal, and he does to a knee. Into the Dover front court. He's got Dorm for 3. And short from the right wing. Rebound to Martin. And up ahead Eastern quickly. Sight spotting Cunningham left side. Back to Martin. And a foul, and he fell over Davis, who will then be helped up by Martin. I believe the foul will go on Davis for the inadvertent trip. Will be called for a blocking foul.
Pace favors Dover. Defense favors Dover. Offense faces Dover. You know, I mean, right now they're clicking, like you said, all cylinders.
Well, they have a lot in their favor this year with the experience and the talent. They're hoping for big things. Here's a 3 out front. That's off the rim. Whistler. And the rebound out long to the right perimeter. And Bowman there first. And Davis with it. Brings it across. Looking at a screen. He'll dart in. And will get to the line. Had Heath setting up to screen.
But he chose to go to the opposite side. And I'm thinking, if Heath wants to set a screen for me, you know what I mean? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Because there ain't nothing going around that. You'd have to pack a lunch.
First free throw bounces in. That was...
I mean, that's a big man right there. That's a big boy.
He sure is. Free throw good for Davis. Foul on Riekert is 4th. That sends him off. One more for Davis, front rim. And Whistler collects it.
One of the few mistakes he made tonight.
And Davis now 23. 56-26.
I mean, Eastern's going to have to guard here. There you go.
Whistler puts one up off the post cut and scores it.
I want to say, you know, mercy rules is 40 points. And I mean, you know, Eastern's going to have to score some baskets here.
Here's Davis left wing, a 3-ball, no good. Rebound Sutton one-handed on the weak post and dished it across the lane. And we've got a whistle as Cunningham goes down. And it's going to be Heath called for the push for Dover. I feel like if you get pushed by him, you'll know it.
By Heath?
By Heath, yeah.
You'll end up in the hallway. Davis is getting a little break. I think he wants to run a little motion next time. Schmoyer wants to run a little motion, might want to run a little clock.
Alan Hansel in for Dover. Here's Eastern down low. Whistler turnaround right-hand hook, no good. Heath the board.
They're going to need Heath, you know, come district time. They need another big man inside.
Here's Dorm with it, handling right side, turns in baseline, across to Hansel, left corner 3, back rim, Heath battling, and fouled from behind by Hanise, who puts his hands up to his head in disbelief.
I don't know, how is it, explain to me, and you do college, the position that Heath just had on Henze there, okay? Why is he complaining? I mean, he's all over his back, okay? I mean, the kid's got position on him. He had to jump up. It's like jumping over a wall. And he wants to know how he found him?
First one banked in, and the second one hit the back of the iron. So Heath on the board, 57-28. And here's Hanise down in the left block, doubled, and Heath and Sutton converge. It's a foul on Dover as Hanise went down. And Andy, I'm wondering with Heath, you mentioned they're going to need him in districts. And, you know, games like this where he gets a little bit more playing time, how valuable is that?
And it's absolutely, anytime you can get him on the floor in a game like this, and who was that, number?
Cunningham, 32.
32. I mean, anytime you can get him meaningful minutes, you know, in there with the starters, you know, you're going to need him coming down the stretch. 5A, if that's what they are. I mean, you need big guys. You can't just get it done with all guards.
57-30. Dover up big. Here's Heath on the perimeter now, stretching it out. Gave it to Dorm. Dished it back to Sutton.
Here comes his screen and roll right here.
Here it is.
Nope.
Using Heath. Gave it up now to Dorm. And Dorm fakes, shoots, foul line, it's good.
Dorm, that's a pretty move.
59-30. Eastern across court heave. And around the perimeter now. Here's Whistler right side, starting in, banked it, and drew the foul.
2 shots. Well, pretty much it's been all Whistler. But that, like I was saying, if they can get that pick and roll going with the 2 big guys, but what you got to do is you got to stand there and hold that screen, let Sutton go around you, create some space, then roll. Don't be so quick with it.
First one front iron for Whistler. I think there's some blood on the jersey of Andrew Hoffman of Dover. And he wasn't in the game yet. He was getting ready to check in. Dave App, who we've mentioned many a time tonight, he'll get rid of that. And then Hoffman might be seen. Whistler's second free throw is good. 59-31 Dover with a minute to go in the third. Last year, Dover played Central tough in the playoffs for a half before fading a bit.
And again, there's where you need the big man. You know, when you step up.
And an opening round of districts bound to Palmyra, but looking for bigger things this year. Here's Sutton for 3 right side. No good. Rebound to Whistler. 40 left in the third. And ahead now, it's Hinkle starting in. Back to Whistler at 3. Front rimmed it. And the rebound gobbled up by Hansel. And in no hurry, Dorm will march it across half court and wait. Out near the Dover bench, little shake on the dribble. Motions to Hansel, hands to him. Down to 17 and ticking. Hansel back to Dorm with 15. Last shot time for Dover.
I would like to see Sutton or Davis taking this last shot.
And here is Sutton, a leaner, foul line, arcs it up, off the rim. Oh. Heath, a huge board, up top, Dorm a 3, no good. But Heath, a mammoth rebound to set up that attempt.
I'll tell you what, that right there is what you were saying about is it good to get him on the floor? That's the kind of stuff right there that can win a basketball game for you in districts. I mean, he went up and his body just, blots out most of the light. And, you know what I mean? When you can get him doing that and finding the shooters, man, that's awesome.
We'll go to the fourth. Dover in complete control. They lead Eastern 59-31.
If you're buying new flooring, besides clicking around the internet, you need to see Wecker's Flooring Center. You'll be excited by Wecker's new design center for luxury vinyl tile. Wecker's expanded hardwood and laminate departments will impress you. And Wecker's variety of carpeting and warehouse truckload buys on remnants and rolls is unmatched. But But the reason to choose Weckers is trust. From the buying experience to the installation. That's why they're voted best years running. Weckers Flooring Center, Route 30, Hallam Exit.
Mornings at 9. Dan Patrick on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Well, Dover 8 minutes away from being 9-2, 5-0 in league play. Eastern in danger of falling below 500. 59-31 Dover, our game of the week presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Dover shooting in front of us here in the corner to begin the fourth. Here is Davis with it out front, double screen, got one from Heath, started in, dish to Dorm, cutting in left baseline, and put it up, no good. Brady Bixler the board into the game for Eastern as they scurry it up court. Here's Cunningham at three, that's off to the right, and they'll chase it right corner. It goes out untouched.
Not good form right there. Dover trying to run it, being a little more patient on the offensive end.
By the way, after our game, Caps at Hurricanes in progress. Some NHL for you. 7:20 to play. And Dorm will march it ahead. Now, Dover's got 10 on their varsity roster. Eastern with 10 as well. And here is Hansel off to Dorm. Starters still in as Heath will take it right side of the arc. A handoff on the weave for Sutton. Now over to Hansel, left side, goes to Heath. Trying to hit a cutting Davis, but that's tipped away. Whistler in there, tipped it to Cunningham. Eastern quickly down the floor, and Heath busts it up. Now Davis ahead, led too far. On the pass from Hansel at half court and off the back wall out of bounds.
And like you said, coming out at the 8-minute mark of fourth quarter, Dover wants to be more patient in their offense. That's what we've seen the last two possessions. Now they haven't gotten a good shot off yet, and they played great defense there.
Now Eastern ball, 6:40 to go. And Bixler, a give and go for Whistler, cutting toward the right end line. He's got Bowman all over him. He hits a cutting Hinkle at the foul line, short on the jumper. Davis slipped a little bit, was a little slow to get up. And Dover on the scramble has the rebound. Davis has been banged up tonight, took a shot early but came back in quickly after a hard landing. Dover will run some possession here. Here's a screen for Bowman, and eventually the roll to Heath, who's called for a charge, diving down the lane.
I wouldn't want to stand there. Yeah. I'd get out of the way.
Oh, they called it on Bowman, who was giving it up, not on Heath.
So that's four. Yeah, that's four on Bowman. This 59-31 has been, this is probably going on about 3 minutes now. We've been stuck on this score.
Now Eastern with Seitz, a runner in the lane, and good. Trevor Seitz saw a little seam and makes it 59-33. Mention Eastern, a quick turnaround tomorrow. Lancaster Catholic, the opponent. And then they won't play midweek next week. They'll play at Susquehannock Friday. Here's a three right side. Davis hits another one. He drains it in. And another big night continues for Davis.
Almost 3 minutes to get that those first points in the fourth quarter for them.
A high-low try here. Bowman went for the steal. Whistler turned in and was blocked on the backside of the play. Dorn hung, couldn't lay it in. Bowman the tip. It hung on the rim and dropped in.
And Bowman in the second half woke up finally. Now he's getting done what he needs to get done.
Has 10 for the game, all but one since halftime. Davis, by the way, at 26. Here's a three from Seitz, and good. Trevor Seitz steps out, left wing.
That's the second one in this half.
It is 64-36. He's got 8 for the night. Eastern's leader is Whistler with 15. Dover with Davis at 26, Sutton 19. Here's Dorm left side, a three ball, good.
And this is the kind of game, you're coming down the stretch here. You got the big lead.
A block and a foul at the other end.
And, a couple of things are happening. He doesn't go real deep. All you want right now is your guys to stay focused. You know what I mean? Stay in the game. Run some offense or run something that you don't normally run or you're working on.
Cade Wiley back rimming the first free throw.
Because he's got some studs, and if he's going to make a deep run in the districts, he needs to develop. I think Sutton now coming off the floor is a good move. Kid played a hell of a game.
Sutton and Davis, same time, will head out. Nice hand for those two. Second one bounces up and in. The scary thing, Andy, they're still young.
Oh, I know. I understand, and he likes that. You only lose Bowman.
Wiley's
for this roster.
Yeah, Wiley's second was good. Here goes Bowman down the lane, lays it in from Andrew Hoffman as they burst up the floor for the quick score. Bowman with 12. Now ball loose near midcourt. And a whistle. Somebody stepped out. It'll stay Eastern.
And Bowman just, he woke up in the second half, and that's what I've seen him do for 3 years. He can get it done. He's a real unselfish player. Has all the skill sets that you need to play well.
69-37 Dover. And Eastern ball down, under 4 minutes left now. By the way, Wednesday we'll have Central at Dallastown. Here's a 3 left corner, sights air ball long.
Here comes Bowman.
Bowman the catch and the go, and all the way down and a block by Nolan Riekert, who was back. Now Cunningham with it goes behind the backup court, spots a man down the floor, passed into Riekert. It was Seitz, and Riekert had it go off his hands.
And a big man, Heath, with a rebound, lower steal, if you will.
Yeah, he's had a nice second half.
Yes, he has.
So Dover with it. Bowman some room, right side drive, and a left-hand finish. And his big second half has two more.
I don't know what they were drinking in the locker room at halftime, okay? But they got Bowman fired up.
Here's Hanise, left block, turnaround shot off the rim, rebound Riekert, and he puts it back.
Riekert with a nice move at time to stay on the offensive glass and working hard.
71-39, Dover lead. Here's Hoffman across the lane. Heath, tough catch, he'll kick it out. Bowman 3, in and out, right side, and Hoffman there to snuff it out. A kick out and a Dover timeout. Brought to you by Hunters Hill Orthodontics. I think it's just for subs.
Right, absolutely.
So I think we'll be staying here.
Yeah. There's not much he can say at this point. I mean, he outmanned Eastern. Eastern competed the entire game. Kids played hard, but sometimes you're just outgunned. I mean, you know that as well as I do. And at this point, Schmoyer, Ryan's got to get these kids ready for districts. That's the thing he's been missing. That's the thing that this program has missed. They haven't made that deep run yet, and they feel they should have. So, having these couple of football players back, I think this kid right here is standing in front of us. This man among boys here, number 44, Chase Heath. I think he could be a big plus for them in a district tournament.
Monday, they'll be at Littlestown. Wednesday, at West York. Now, Dover works it in off the timeout. They lead at 71-39. They will be 5-0 in the league, and a pass out front picked by Hanise. He'll take it the length, lays it in, and a foul called. Adam Jovicevic, who had just come on.
Well done, bro. Well done. He's got a nice stroke. Of course, I can't pronounce his last name, so we're just going to call him AJ.
Scouting him.
I am.
Scouting him during the JV game.
Absolutely.
He's called for the foul. And Hanise's free throw is good. It is a three-point play for him. 71-42.
My wife was not up the game tonight, but my grandsons were listening.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Andrew and Van Carbo, they were listening tonight. But we weren't able to get it, so they were all ready.
I heard you had them scouting earlier tonight.
Absolutely. He had his Eastern sheet.
Getting him prepped and ready. I'm down to 2 minutes remaining. Big Friday night for the Dover Eagles here at home. We have Austin Hensey in the game, who was playing in the JV contest earlier. Now it's Jovicevic trying to drive, had it knocked loose. Martin back the other way with Riekert off his hands and out of bounds back to Dover with 1:38 left. Unable to connect on that fast break.
You know, Brian Schmoyer's a class act. He could have took this thing to the mercy rule, and he did not. And I like that. You know, there's no reason to do that. You know, he's running some clock now. Eastern knows still, you know, a teaching moment for John Riekert. He's got him in a full court press, 2-2-1 here. Minute 38 left. See, you know, these guys are still learning.
Dover's only 2 losses, their second game of the year to Kennerdale, tip-off tournament, and then last weekend against LS.
Oh, he walked.
Heath, the catch down court and on the left wing, little extra step. 1:28 to go, Eastern ball. John Riekert will send Dustin Cunningham back in.
I think when the big man left the floor, that's why he walked. Not sure you want to do that.
Now Eastern with it with a minute 20 left now. Here's Cunningham right corner, down to Bixler. Eastern's big man going up against Heath and a foul whistled.
That's a good fight. That's been a good battle inside the whole game, the 2 big men. Same numbers, basically the same size. I mean, these boys are big. What are they, 6'4"?
Well, Heath is listed at 6'3".
Okay.
Bixler's 6'4".
What do you say, about 240?
Oh, yeah. Bixler's free throw rattles in.
I mean, these are some big men.
(71-43). Here's one more, and that bounces in for Bixler, his first 2 of the night.
Again, full court press out of Eastern, and somebody in the stands is saying, "Why would you do this? You don't give. You keep playing to the final whistle. Care how many you're down."
That'll be Hansel on his own line, got it in for Hensey. And now Jovicevic, they try to trap him at the far sideline, and they do tip it off of him and out. Riekert and Cunningham converging.
And see, Schmoyer upset because you should know that's right where they want you to go. Don't go there. Pass the ball to the middle.
Yeah, he's a sophomore guard getting this experience. And here's Riekert down low, pivots away on the catch from the left baseline and lays it in. 71-46, 55 seconds left.
Now up the sideline.
And Hensey brings it across. Eastern pressing. Dover handling it this time. Hoffman will dribble it out. And off to Hansel now. And now Heath with Hoffman out front, down to 35 seconds remaining. Jovicevic with it, hands it off to Hensey. Crossover dribble to the left, and dished it to Hoffman. Sets up Hansel, who was wide open, but no further shots, I wouldn't think.
I don't think so. I mean, there's no reason for that.
Well, now there will be. There's a foul.
Well, yeah.
With 20.2.
There's no reason to be launching threes or anything else.
Dustin Cunningham called there. So Hensey will get a chance at the stripe. 1-1, and the first one up and in.
Everybody's scoring.
Now one more for the sophomore guard. That one off the back of the rim. Riekert the rebound, down to 15 seconds. Cunningham a handoff, a 3 from Hinkle, and Carter Hinkle, the lefty, hits it on the left wing. 10 seconds remaining. 72-49 Dover. And Hansel doubled. He'll give it up to Hensey, who will just hold it. No more dribbling, no more shots. That's it. Dover wins it 72-49. The final over Eastern tonight. And after a bit of a slow start, the first 5 minutes or so, Dover really got it going and never looked back. They go to 9-2, 5-0 in league play. And Eastern handed a fourth straight loss, now 5-6 with a 3-3 league record. 72-49 the final tonight. Dover wins it. Stay tuned. Our Neighborhood Sure Save postgame show coming up here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Between car payments, repairs, and the price at the pump, it can feel like your car is going to drive you out of house and home. Fortunately, Donegal Insurance Group can make keeping your car on the road more affordable. That's because for safe drivers, Donegal delivers rates that are among the lowest in the state. To find out how much you can save, call your neighborhood Donegal agent today. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
When you think of chicken pot pie, it might bring back memories in the kitchen with Grandma.
Grandma, is the pot pie almost ready?
Yes, it is. I'll grab my keys. We're going to Rutter's.
For a limited time, VIPs earn triple rewards on all sizes of delicious chicken pot pie. Rutter's, why go anywhere else? Your day seems to fly by. But with a great cup of Rutter's coffee, you're on your way to conquering your day. With 6 coffee flavors, including our 4 seriously good new blends, you've got this. And we will give our VIPs triple rewards. Rutter's, why go anywhere else for coffee?
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
It's time again for York Mitsubishi's year-end clearance sale on all remaining 2017 Outlanders, Outlander Sports, and Lancers. Save up to $4,500 or get 0% financing while they last and get top dollar for your trade. And as always, every new Mitsubishi gets our industry-leading 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So stop by York Mitsubishi during our end-of-year clearance sale and see what we can do for you. Just off Route 30 on Roosevelt Avenue, York, where Mitsubishis always cost less.
If you're buying new flooring, see Wecker's Flooring Center. You'll be excited by Wecker's new design center for luxury. Wecker's expanded hardwood and laminate departments will impress you. And Wecker's variety warehouse truckload buys on remnants and rolls is unmatched. But the reason to choose Wecker's is trust. From the buying experience to the installation. That's why they're voted best 11 years running. Wecker's Flooring Center, Route 30, Hella-Mesa.
Hunters Hill Orthodontics is a longtime staple in the orthodontic care community. With offices in York and Dillsburg, our practice's top priority is to provide you with the highest quality orthodontic care in a friendly, comfortable environment. Call our York offices, 1910 Kenneth Road, at 767-6694 to make your appointment, or at 1399 South Queen Street, 885-5468. Or in Dillsburg, call 502-1186. We've got your smile at Hunters Hill Orthodontics.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Back here at Dover, we welcome you to the Neighborhood Sure Save postgame show as Dover defeats Eastern tonight. 72-49 is our final score here in our Game of the Week presented by WellSpan Sports Medicine. Darrell Henry back with Andy Bria. And Andy, it was Dover who mentioned early in the game really could not get the lid off the basket, but once they did, the floodgates were open. They went on a game deciding, I believe it was 15-0 run, right, and then 19-1 maybe, right, or something like that, and the game was never in doubt. And we saw them once they got going how explosive they can be, and they're going to be a force to be reckoned with going forward.
And they are. Sutton did a nice job inside for them early. I think coming down the stretch, as long as they don't get in a lot of foul trouble, Sutton needs to be on the floor. I mean, he's the big man. He needs to be in there for the rebounding. So, I mean, he's a little short on the bench. Maybe that might be their only weakness. Other than that, I think they played a pretty decent 3.5 quarters of excellent basketball. On the other hand, Eastern, they got some players. They lost another kid today, but, John will get them going. He'll get it righted, and you got to keep going. You got a lot of season left.
Well, 72-49 final, and Andy, shall we